ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Today we are discussing the fifth shloka of the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad-gītā. Last 4 days we discussed the first four shlokas. Let's do a quick recap of what we discussed so far. In the first shloka, Krishna spoke about an upside down banyan tree, that is the material world. He compared the material world to an upside down banyan tree where the roots are upward and the leaves, branches are downwards. In the second shloka, Krishna spoke that this material tree is nourished by the gunas and karmas. Karmas of the living entities and the gunas of the Prakriti. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. These are the three material modes. So they nourish this material tree. And our own karmic activities, which we perform with selfish desires, they grow this material tree. In the third shloka, Krishna spoke that we can cut this tree with the weapon of detachment. And after cutting this tree, means after leaving this material world, where should we go? In the fourth shloka, Krishna says we should go to Krishna's planet. We should go to the planet where Krishna personally resides. And he is the source of everything. We discussed it yesterday elaborately. Now, in the fifth shloka, Krishna describes the process of going to that planet. Earlier, Krishna said, this is the material world, this is how it grows, and we need to cut this tree with detachment and go to Krishna's planet. But how to go to Krishna's planet? What is the process of surrendering to Krishna and reaching Krishna? That Krishna says in the fifth shloka. Very beautiful shloka. We are planning to remember all the 20 shlokas of the 15th chapter in this Purushottama month. But if someone has no bandwidth to remember all the 20 shlokas of this 15th chapter, at least remember a few selected ones, and this is one of them. Very beautiful shloka, fifth shloka. Let's recite. निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोष अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैर्गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत्. Gachanti amudhaha. So who will attain that avyaya pada? Who will attain that abode of the Supreme Lord? So Krishna is speaking the qualities that we are supposed to cultivate to reach his abode, to reach Krishna Loka, to reach the spiritual world, to be relieved from this material world. Beautiful shloka. Let's recite once again. निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमूढाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैर्गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत्. So Krishna says that nirmana moha, first, mana means false prestige. Nirmana means be freed from false prestige, means be humble. That's the first quality. Then moha, moha means illusion, delusion, confusion, bewilderment. Be relieved from that also. So this word nir, you add to moha also, without any false prestige, and be freed from moha also. That is second quality. No confusion, no illusion. Third, Jita Sangha dosha. Sangha means attachment. Sangha can also mean association. And in this context, Sangha refers to bad association. And bad association is the source of so many doshas, so many faults. Jita Sangha dosha means conquer that bad association or rise above those bad association. Be relieved from bad association. That is the third quality. Fourth, Adhyatma Nitya, always be rooted in your spiritual understanding. Understand the eternal or be rooted in your spiritual position. Try to practice spiritual life. Stay away from material life. Rise above material life. Of course, you have to live in this material world. You have to be in touch with matter, but ensure that material vibrations don't overwhelm you, don't enter you. Adhyatma Nitya. Always maintain your spiritual consciousness. How? By spiritual Sangha. We'll explain. Let me complete the meaning of the shloka. We'll elaborate on each of these points. Vinivritta kamaha. Another important aspect is kama. Kama means desire, or in some contexts, kama is lust also. Vinivritta kama means be relieved from lust, be relieved from all kinds of material desires. It is the material desires that are keeping us in this material world. Therefore, vinivritta kamaha, be relieved from all material desires. Then, dvandvair vimuktaha. Dvandva means two or dualities. Vimuktaha means be relieved from dualities. Example, sukha and dukkha. That's one dvandva. Sukha means happiness, dukkha is distress. Sukha dukkha samner. There are so many such dualities. Now only one Krishna has given here, sukha dukkha. There is success and failure. That's dualities. Success and failure, happiness and distress, victory and defeat, heat and cold, respect and disrespect, honor and dishonor, insult and praise, praise and criticism. All these are dualities in this world. They affect us. When somebody praises us, we may become proud. When somebody criticizes us, we become very detached and we become very disappointed. So be unaffected by this praise and criticism. Those who praise us today can criticize us tomorrow. Those who criticize us today can praise us tomorrow. So don't be attached to these two. Of course, when somebody is criticizing you truthfully, if there's some truth in their criticism, it's constructive criticism. And even if they don't have the mentality to constructively criticize us, still, if there is some truth in their criticism, let's accept it, work on it, and improve ourselves. And when somebody is praising us, appreciating us, then just don't become proud or puffed up. I'm so great. We should just see that, oh, they're praising, that's their good quality, that's their good culture to see good in others. And how am I supposed to take it? When they're appreciating me, I should just take it as a blessing. I should take it as an acknowledgement. I should take it as a feedback for the good work I have done, and I should continue to do my good work without pride, right? When they praised me, that is their good culture. If I become proud of that praise, that's my bad culture, right? So remain unaffected by praise or criticism. Just take the positivity in it and take it as an encouragement to improve yourself, or take it as a feedback to improve yourself and not become proud. So like that. So we need to understand that uh, there are so many dualities in this world. Sukha dukkha, happiness comes and goes, distress comes and goes. Krishna has already said in the Bhagavad-gītā, second chapter, Krishna said that mm, uh, मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः आगम आपायिनो अनित्याः तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. Summer and winter, heat and cold, happiness and distress, they come and go. Agama apayino anityaha. They come, they go, and they are not permanent. They don't have a permanent impact on us. So we should raise above these dualities. So if we can do that, then gachanti amudhaha padamavyayam tat. Such a person who has all these qualities, we have seen six qualities so far. Such a person who has all six qualities is amudha. Amudha means mm, he is not unbewildered, not a foolish person. Gachanti, such a person can go to padamavyayam tat. He can go to the eternal kingdom of Krishna. These are the qualities that we need to develop. What are they? Number one, nirmana, no pride, only humility. Moha, nirmoha means no illusion, but proper knowledge. Don't be ignorant, be knowledgeable. Spiritually cultivate knowledge. Third, jitasanga dosha, be freed from bad association. Fourth, adhyatma nitya, be rooted in your spiritual practices. Fifth, vinivritta kama, be relieved from all material desires. Sixth, be relieved from all dualities. Rise above dualities. Then you can attain the eternal kingdom of Krishna. Right? Now, there are some devotees who requested me to go a little deep into this. Of course, these are some videos we are trying to make in a very short and crisp manner that even children also can understand. But some devotees wanted to go a little deep also. Let me go through these 6 points in a little more deeper manner. First, nirmana, freedom from false prestige. Why should someone have any false prestige? Hmm. Why should someone be proud, puffed up? Because if they don't acknowledge that they're able to do whatever they're able to do by Krishna's grace, they'll become proud. I have done it. There is a sense of doership. And when you have a sense of doership, you think you are the enjoyer also. I'm the doer, therefore I'm the enjoyer also. So that is very poor attitude, totally against Vaishnava culture. Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahishtuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Trinadapi sunicena means our Vaishnava literature teaches to be uh, humbler than a blade of grass. Srila Prabhupada says that not humbler than blade of grass, be humbler than a straw on the street. What's the difference? uh, Blade of grass is still connected to the ground. It is still green. Blade of grass still has life, right? It's humble, definitely. Even if you trample on the blade of grass doesn't retaliate, it tolerates and it's humble. But straw on the street is dry, not connected to the ground. Blade of grass is like this. You stamp on it, it just bends down. And once you remove your leg, it just raises up. But straw on the street is not like that. It's it's lifeless completely, totally neglected. Prabhupada says, be humbler than a straw on the street. That does not mean we don't have any sense of self-worth or self-respect. That actually means that I am a humble, insignificant, dependent servant of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. I am a small, insignificant entity at his lotus feet. So realizing one's insignificance in comparison to the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees is the real humility. Humility is not self-pity. Humility is not lacking a sense of self-worth. Humility does not mean no self-respect. Humility means real self-respect. Many people become proud in this world because they have wealth, they have beauty, they have scholarship, they have influence, they have fame, they have followers. That's why they become proud. But all these are temporary. So they are taking pride in temporary achievements, temporary privileges. So their pride is false. Therefore, it's false pride. We should give up that pride. But a humble devotee, practitioner of bhakti, what does he think? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. I'm a humble menial servant. I'm his child. I'm his sevak. I'm his kinkar. Is that false or true? That's true. So your feeling of connection with Krishna is eternally relevant. It's true. And when you consider yourself as a servant of Krishna, that humble mood is the real pride. But when you consider yourself a master in this material world, that pride is totally baseless, foundationless. You are not the master, but you are feeling so great about yourself, thinking that you are a master. So that feeling itself is a baseless and foundationless feeling. But when I think I'm a servant of Krishna, that is reality, that is the truth, that is eternal truth, that will never change. Thus, that's our real position, that's real self respect. A proud person in this material world respects oneself for the material achievements which are temporary, but a humble devotee respects oneself as a servant of Krishna, which is an eternal spiritual position, changeless spiritual position. Therefore, let's respect ourselves for reality, not for illusion. Right? It is illusion to think that we are great people in this world, but it's it's required for us to understand that we are simple servants of Krishna, and in that servitorship, in that mode of being a servant of Krishna, there is real self-respect. Right? So there are many more things that we can speak about about nirmana, but I'll move to the next one. Second, moha, nirmoha. Don't be illusioned. Moha means illusion, confusion, bewilderment, lack of clarity. Don't be like that. But how to come out of this unclear, ignorant mindset? Just read Bhagavad-gītā. Actually, our Arjuna said in the beginning of Bhagavad-gītā, Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. Krishna, I am confused, I am bewildered, I am illusioned. I don't know how to perform my duty. I am totally bewildered about my duty. Therefore, I am taking your shelter. Please enlighten me. Then Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. Then Arjuna said, Nashto moha smritirlabdhva tat prasadan mayachyuta. Sthitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Nashto moha. All my illusions are gone. Now, how to become nirmoha? Nirmana we have seen. Nirmoha. How to become freed from moha or illusion? Simple. Here Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna said, Nashto moha. All my moha is gone. All illusion is confusion is gone. Because I heard Bhagavad Gita. So by hearing Bhagavad Gita, by hearing Krishna Katha in the association of devotees, our illusions are gone. Our confusions are gone. We get clarity of thought. Then, third point, Jita Sangha Doshaha. There is Sangha Dosha. The word Sangha is association basically. In some context, that is bad association. In some context, that is good association. There is Satsanga and Dussanga. Here, when Krishna said Sangha Dosha, it is basically Dussanga Dosha, to be more specific. So be freed from faulty association, bad association that induces faults. Actually, in Kali Yuga, we mostly have bad association only, hardly any good association. Because Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Krishna said dosha here. There is a shloka in the Bhagavatam. It says, Kaler dosha nidhe rajan asti eko mahan gunaha. Kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangaha param vrajet. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan. This Kali Yuga is dosha nidhi. It's an ocean of faults. But there's one good quality. Just by chanting Hare Krishna, just by chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya, Mukta Sangaha Param Rajet, we'll be relieved from all these faults. So, Jitasanga dosha means conquer the faults of bad association by adopting good association and by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then Adhyatma Nitya, always be fixed up in your spiritual life. In the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita also Krishna said that Adhyatma Nitya, you should always be rooted in your spiritual life. You should always adopt spiritual practices, anukulyasya sankalpam, pratikulyasya varjanam. And then vinivritta kamaha. Vinivritta kamaha means be relieved from material desires. Kama is lust. So one way it is like attraction towards opposite gender, but it can always be explained as any kind of material desire that entangles in this material world. Not only attraction towards opposite gender, it could be any material desire, desire for name, fame, prestige, desire for wealth, desire for followers. All this is kama. Be relieved from that kama. And how to be relieved from that kama? Replace kama. Don't relinquish kama, but replace kama. Relinquishing means giving up any desires. Sometimes Gyanis may say, no desire, no desire, no desire. No, replace a negative desire with a positive desire. Replace a material desire with a spiritual desire. If you have desire to see something beautiful, yes, look at Krishna. Look at the deities of, beautiful deities of Radha Krishna. That is how we are transforming material desire into spiritual desire. You have desire to hear something, hear Krishna Katha, hear Krishna songs. You have desire to eat something, eat Krishna Prasadam. Thus we can transform our material desires into spiritual desires. And that's how we can be Adhyatma Nitya. Fourth point is Adhyatma Nitya, right? Always be fixed up in your spiritual culture, spiritual position, that happens by transforming all our material desires into spiritual desire. Last point, Dandvair Vimuktaha Sukha Dukkha Samner. I think I already explained this. We should be freed from realities. Okay, let me share one more thing. Uh, when we're still getting overwhelmed by happiness and distress, success and failure in this material world, we are in the material plane. If the material happiness does not have an impact in me, on my consciousness, if the material distress doesn't impact my consciousness so much, then it's like I'm transcending this material happiness and distress, material success and failure, material respect and disrespect. I'm on a spiritual plane. So when we practice spiritual culture, when we um, learn to connect our consciousness with Krishna, then our consciousness remains unaffected by the dualities of the material world. We see them equally. We see them similarly, like this sloka. Yam hinam yathayantyete purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somritatvaya kalpate. Samadukha sukham means be equipoised in happiness and distress. Dhiram. So amritatvaya. Who is eligible for spiritual position or immortality? One who has the ability to see happiness and distress uh, on an equal plane. They are not equal, they're totally opposite to each other, but they are equal uh, in the sense that both are material, both are temporary. Happiness is temporary, distress is also temporary. I often give this example from my little experience. When you're traveling in an airplane, when you're traveling on the road, red signal gives you distress, green signal gives you happiness. But when you're traveling in an airplane, the red signal doesn't stop your plane, therefore it doesn't give distress. And the green signal doesn't excite you, it's of no relevance to you. When you're traveling in a car, green signal is giving you happiness, you can move ahead without any obstacle. But red signal gives you distress. Oh, I have to wait here for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like that. Uh, but when you're raising your consciousness to a higher plane, just like when you're traveling in an airplane, red signal and green signal on the road will not affect you. Similarly, when you transfer your intelligence and consciousness to a higher plane of spiritual consciousness, the red signal of material distress and the green signal of material happiness will not impact us. Then gachanti amudhaha padamavyayam tat. Let's show the last line. See, such a person who has all these qualities can go to Padamobhyayam, the inexhaustible, imperishable abode of Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry for the longer session. Shrimad Bhagavad-gītā ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.